players that'll die to a double tap.
They're just trying to min max as well. That money. Keep it flowing. Face now out wide. Munchkin. Great awareness. And even better aim. 3. Like said Josh here, sending it flying. Zekken is eager for the engagement.
Zekken มาจัด
First one through with the flash as well. On top of it, it comes down to how can they win this?
Oh.
The beast that is his rifle.
โอ้โหเป็นไปโดนอุ้มแทนได้ไหม
มึงเคยดูการ์ตูนตอนเด็กๆวะที่ตัวจมดินทอมเวนเจอรี่เลยเคยน่าจะเป็นสภาพแบบตัวทุบลงไปในดิน
They are rapid onto the corner here. White face 3 players though.
มาถึงก็ซัดกันเลย
Hightailing it out of there.
แล้วกันเป็นคนละหนึ่ง
Smoke dropped down at his feet as well just to cover that retreat.
เอ็กโกด่านนี้
Like they want to take another fight immediately over towards short.
จังหวะเข้ามาวางดีอยู่นะเพราะว่าที่วางอันตรายอะบอมเออะ
Risky to try to take that kind of play, hoping to catch a timing on Munchkin. Had he gone for that, Gen.G's approach here is quite slow. Sassy's already used one of his flashes just to let him know that Fountain was clear at the beginning of the round. But now Lakira Munchkin gaining information, peeking into John.
John should see this, as you said here, with the jiggle. A little bit of damage done.
But John, look, not pushed off that angle. So still getting information that Hookah is clear. That's going to keep 2 players over towards A.
Right here.
So if Gen.G were hoping that that play would open up A as the weak site, it's not going to be the case. Zels is still with Molly.
Although will be about to be set up here. Now, what's the emphasis being placed towards this A side? With the dogs straight through to a bit of damage. It has slowed them down. They realize Showers is open. The reposition out into the back of the site. Dizzy up and away. Broken in place. Sassy kill. Wingman with the swing. They are absolutely running over these Gen.G players. It was the fast TP and a wrap around. Shut down. Sentinels. Pistol round gained. Just in time for them.
Fantastic pistol. Completely turning the tide of the narrative in the previous match that Gen.G were dominating all of those important rounds. And the player to watch there was Tens. He did such a good job. That's a fantastic play from Sassy too, but I love the wingman usage. I love the double up with Celsius and Zekken.
ไม่กดพี่
And making sure that they catch Meteor. To me, when I watched Gen.G last time playing on the attack side on Bind, the player that stood out to me was Meteor. He gets so aggressive on Cypher.
39
Alpha RS.
โอ้ยเท่าเลย
Solo takes some showers. This time though he's supported with the whole pack
Ui.
almost here. Still outlaw.
เอาว่ะ
Ui.
His match drops to the floor. And these are kills that you don't really want to be funneling into Zekken. Don't want him to get those showstoppers online. But with Showers control gained, peace of mind granted for but a moment. They still need to deal with potential lurks.
They've actually pinged out where John Cutie was playing in the previous round, and everybody on Gen.G looking to group up over towards Hookah. So perhaps, you know, because they found that positioning previously, they're going to look to try to punish it. Look, again, setting up, making sure the crosshairs are in the right place, but John playing a different angle. Escapes without any danger.
Good jump spot from Tens too. For Gen.G again, the whole pack just roaming around here, looking for those openings.
เอ้าเป็นเรื่องแล้วไง
This guy up. Bigged him up for good reason. His mechanical abilities off the chart, and he can just solo open things up. Cool Karma collecting aim. Has to really steady the hand now through and out into the site. They have dropped the players for assaulting the
เดี๋ยวตัว
positions.
คัดด้วยเนี่ย
เฮ้ยโอ้โห
Karen spotted. Players holding position, just waiting for these
ลองของ
reinforcements
นี่
to come
เสียนลอง
through.
ของ
ดับเบิลพี
Looking
คตาย
fairly clean. Nicely done from
เหลือ 2
Sentinels. Tens building up to what looks like a fairly speedy Thrash, which could be a massive ultimate to work with.
ฮัลโหล
I think this is the dangerous side actually for Sen. When I was watching them play this composition against Heretics, bearing in mind that we've only seen them play it once, they've really adjusted their defensive setups, or at least did in that game. Whereas previously when they played the Yoru, they were focused heavily on Showers and B-Long. We saw much heavier focus towards Hookah, Shore, on defense.
Seems to be a return to that, right?
พี่พูดได้คำเดียวไปไม่ได้
But
3-0
bear in mind we've only seen it
เฮ้ยพี่
once prior to this. So I could have just been
Yeah.
a plan
ไม่อยู่
against
แล้วนะ
Heretics.
พี่
ไม่อยู่ละ
This
พอดีผม
defensive setup,
สายเลื่อน
much more reminiscent of what they've been doing early on in this game, and
เท่าไหร่แล้วเนี่ย
more
เฮียเพิ่ง
similar
ถึง
to
บ้าน
what they've done classically on the map.
Gen.G ไปแล้วครับ
เป็นจี1-0แล้วพี่
ไอแล้วไม่มาเตะบอลวะ
โอ้โหพี่กลับไม่ทัน
แล้วไอ้ก้า
ยังไงนะพี่
ไอ้วิมิตัวยืนอะโคตรฮาเลยเว้ย
วันนี้เหรอพี่
แกไปงานศพมาใช่ป่ะแล้วแกก็มาแบบมาสายนะกันประมาณทุ่มครึ่งเนี่ยแกไปงานศพแล้วแกรีบกลับมาอยากเตะบอลมากเว้ยแล้วแกไปถึงสนามประมาณ3 ทุ่มครึ่งไอ้เย่บอยเลยเปิดซะพาเย่บอยไปหาหมอไม่ได้เตะ
อ้าว
จบแต่อยากเตะบอลมาก
คือตอนบอยเจ็บอ่ะทุกคนแม่งใส่สตาร์ทกันหมดแล้วอ่ะมีมิสเตอร์ยืนคนเดียวที่แม่งแบบมาแบบเพิ่งถึงอ่ะนึกว่ายังไม่แต่งตัวไอ้สัส
เหงาเลย
เหงาจริง
มึงเขาเตะกันช้าจัง
คนเขาทำงานจะเตะเอาพรุ่งนี้บ่ายโมงไหมนะเอาไหมนะ
เอาเดี๋ยวดิ
ประกาศเตะเนี่ย
ผมไปได้พี่อาทิตย์หน้าได้ไหมพี่
ทุกวันอาทิตย์เขานัดกันแล้วทุกวันอาทิตย์2 ทุ่ม
แต่ผมขอแบบอยากเตะไวๆอ่ะพี่เพราะว่าวันจันทร์ซ้อมอ่ะ
ไปซ้อมมาทีหลังดิ
อ๋อโอเคพี่พูดแล้วนะ
เข้าทางเลยเอ้า
เลือกยามาก่อนเขายิงแม่งขึ้น
โอ้มันซื้อก่อนถ้าพี่เบสฟังอยู่นะพี่เบส
No bonus to get away from them. Sen don't get that luxury. But they've done an enormous amount of damage, honestly. Gen.G's economy is not going to be in an amazing spot here. You know, Guardian, Bulldog coming in.
ไอ้เหี้ยเราต้องเชียร์ Gen.G ให้ว่าให้ Pacific แชมป์
And there was certainly danger.
มีน้องชื่อว่าเฮโรมิสบอกตอนไปส่งเปอร์เซียขอลายเซ็นพี่อูลืมคืนปากกาผม
อ้าว
ยังอยู่พี่
ยังอยู่ว่าพี่ปากกา
เอาเป็นว่าเอาบินมาดีกว่าครับ
แท่งละแสน
โอ้โหเฮีย
out the molly and Texture's just not scared at all. Look at this guy, wide facing, not worried at all with the wall was down. Plenty of angles left and waiting. Flash through there, getting the acknowledgement. Tens, what is the call to be made? They are really just out wide and open. If this wall goes down, they should know the timing for it, but it's going down. Flash through, and now there it is. Meteor falls, deleted. Lakia.
โดนหมากัดหรือเปล่านั่นไงว่าแล้ว
That was a trailblazer kill. I just saw filling up the feed, but the spike dropped down. Texture will seek to reclaim this one, and all this action has happened with still a minute left on the clock.
What is Munchkin's call here? Zelsis is still waiting over by Showers, expecting them to use that teleport, because Sentinels have lost B long control. Love the play from Sassy and Tens, going for a fake B long reclear.
ไม่ว่าผลจะจบไงวันนี้มีมีมแน่นอน1 มีม
But it still left things in an even.
มีมอะไรเว้ย
คาร์ลอนไงนี่พวกเขาแชมป์กันอยู่อ่ะไม่ได้เล่น
Is still looking like they could take the teleporter, but Munchkin's getting into more and more of.
ก็มี2 มีมอ่ะมีมหนึ่งก็ไปอย่างตามที่มันบอก
ไม่เลยนะ
ไม่นะมึงเล่นกูก็แชมป์
They want to try and exec themselves into this site. Here it is. Munchkin has a snake bite. We'll send it flying.
โอ้โหเพิ่งเปิดมาเห็นที่ใส่เสื้อเซนติเนล
หวานเจี๊ยบนี้ไม่ไหวพี่มันแบน2 แมปอ่ะจริงๆวางไม่ทัน
No time.
Clear wing cons acknowledge there. Zelsis, yeah, he runs his way out.
เอาตังค์ซะหน่อย
Very well handled from Sentinels in this round, and Sassy stepping up. A lot of what Sassy has been doing on this team in this new version of Sentinels has been purely supportive. You don't often see him at the top of the scoreboard, putting himself in good positions to dominate in the same way that we saw him when he was on Loud. But this round, finding great impact.
Check the break.
With the reclear, with the swings as well, shutting down Gen.G. And all of that economic damage that Sentinels did on the bonus now really paying dividends.
Stacking up.
ทั้งฮออ่ะพี่พี่ว่าไงฮะ
ถามคนเคยอยู่ดีกว่าม่อนเย็ดกะจริงว่าไงครับคุณสกัด
อ๋ออันนี้อ๋อผมว่าการที่พี่เดี๋ยวมีสำนักข่าวเอาไปลงพี่
อย่าเลยว่ะ
สำนักข่าว
โอ้ยกล้าพิมพ์อินบ็อกซ์มาแล้วฮะกล้าอินบ็อกซ์มาแล้วบอกให้ถามพี่ได้เลยว่าไงมันยังไงจริง
คนละสไตล์ครับ
นี่ต่อเป็นพระเอกหนังสาย
ดูใจกันอยู่ผมตอบให้
ดูใจกันอยู่
Second and Tens want to reclear.
แต่20 เมษายนนะกล้าเตะบอลนะมึงต้องลาไปเลยนะ 20 เมษายน
แล้วครับ
ตรงกับ20 เมษายน
พี่เชื่อมั่นในตัวผม
เขาก็ขาดคนกันอยู่วันเสาร์ว่า20 เมษายนเว้ยเนาะ
ผมเตะออกข้างเก่งมาก
ดีแล้วเพื่อนไม่ปล่อย
Sentinels. Yeah, decisions be made for them. Backing away from this one.
Brutal decision that they have to make in this spot. But terrible economy on Tens, Celsius, Sassy as well. How have Gen.G managed to pull that one away?
That's a confusing one.
It felt very similar though to that eco round that ended up swinging things when the score was something like 8-8, 8, you know.
สูสีจัดเลยว่ะหรือว่าเซนสู้แบบนี้ได้
On breeze where
เนี่ยได้แบบนี้แบบเดียว
underneath window
แบบแรกขาดป่ะครับ
over towards
ไม่
B
ขาด
and he made that aggressive
เซน
move.
ทำหมูหกด้วย
He got rewarded for it. And this is similar again. It's a distraction
ยิ
play
ง
over
ที่ต้อง
towards
ได้
B.
แล้วไม่ได้
Munchkin gets into position. This opener is lovely. But I think what actually ruins them. Oh, that's brutally just to clear the volley or realize that this is the play
เดี๋ยวมัน
that
เคี้ยวหมาก
I
ฝ
think
รั่งเล่น
wins
ด้วย
the
อ่ะ
round for them. Munchkin finds the timing to be able to punish Tens and opens up the A site for his team to
ถ้า
rotate.
มันแข่งกันจบโอเวอร์ไทม์นี่มัน
Sen
เคี้ยว
have
ยั
been
งเปื่อย
aware of that
ไม่นี่
before.
ใต้โต๊ะนี่หมอกฝรั่งเต็มเลยนะ
Go deep enough
แปะ
down to catch
แปะไว้เคี้ยวแปะ
behind that box.
ที่ทิ้ง
Flips the economy on its head. But actually, Gen.G are taking 2 Guardians into the round. 3 players that'll die to a double tap.
Really just trying to min-max as well, that money. Keep it flowing. Face now out wide. Munchkin. Great awareness. And even better aim. That's 3. Drop down already. Filling up the
ผม
feed.
ว่ามันเก่งไปว่ะ
Sassy, yeah, of course he returned the fire, but guns being reclaimed out in the open. No chance left here, so Gen.G all but certain now going to be that third round.
เฮ้ยแหลก
พี่จอน
โอ้ยเดี๋ยว
Do a bit of that damage, but yeah, guess what, Meteor, he's not letting him get away with
มาไว้
that.
ตัวเบาให้
Punishing the gun
Yeah,
pickup
we are open now.
instantly there. And I
John
said
Pam
earlier,
ด้วยนะ
that from what I'd watched in Pacific, I
Black,
thought
maybe
mine
black,
was
black.
Munchkin's weakest map individually. And I also said earlier that when I think about Gen.G, I'm thinking mainly about Texture, Charon, Meteor being the 3 powerhouse
โอ้โห
players.
ถ้าไม่สเปรย์
When
นะ
Munchkin is finding
โดนยิง
plays,
หัวไปด้านหนึ่ง
winning
เป้า
moments,
เป้า
and
บิน
winning duels like this, I truly believe this team's unbeatable.
Yeah.
Because it adds that additional layer. Munchkin ended up top
ผมแบบ
rank
ใจ
at
เย็น
map
จัด
1.
อะ
He destroyed them last
น้ำเวลา
time
เท่าไหร่
these
ครับ
2
พี่
teams played split.
2
1-0
He's been
9
outrageous in this
แป
tournament.
ด
Doing it again now
Yep.
here on
เท่ากัน
Bind.
30 29 28 27
After Dizzy's contact and the fight as well out into the open. Tens the one who's going to be coming up on top. Seekers here out. There's a little bit of chaos now.
Football
Strong really
masterclass.
into the mix here with the orbital strike. Was committed. No kill from that one though. And Gen.G wounded. Be limping themselves away now back over towards that A site.
They know that Zelsis took the teleporter, so they know that there's a Brimstone around there with ult to be able to deny the plants. This isn't a round where Gen.G can just try to fight quickly. They actually smoked off the teleporter at the very beginning of the round as they took sand control, expecting a crunch from Sen. But instead, it was that
พี่เขาบอกนะว่าบัน
double
เดิล
hookah
ขายได้เท่าไหร่กัน
that
อะ
did the damage and put Gen.G in this spot.
น่าจะไม่บอกว่า
ไม่ได้บอกแต่
Munchkin.
จะเป็นเล็กที่ 1
Contact
เป็น
all the
ที่
way
2
in. Stun them
King
once.
War.
Still, they do have to
Right.
worry about that ult. And there it is.
Ui.
Sen flying out to the back of the site. Lakia. Pop
Ui.
Lakia.
collected. All
Ui.
sorts of kills and damage, but then wide
มี
faces
เขา
Celsius.
คุยกันมี
Beautiful
น้อง
with the
บอกเล
movement.
ย
He glides and saves the day.
น้องมึงคุยกับใคร
Down
เนี่ย
to that 1v2
Leon,
still with the pit up.
ไม่รู้
Munchkin.
ผมก็ไม่รู้
Options left here. Is he going to be aware of this potentially?
เทียนเป็น1 รอบ
Pit up.
He-
Please
He
buy
actually might
MTS
be able to
bundle
tap here and use the teleporter even, but he's looking to try to take
Oi.
the fight instead.
Trying to make a play.
เดี๋ยว
Every angle needs to be watched for, and it is.
What a round by Celsius.
ยิงล่อ
Five
ด้วยเนี่ย
Merchant in the flesh.
Impeccable play there.
Oh,
And I
มันมีข่าว
love
อ
what
อก
Gen.G
มี
went
ข่าวอ
for
อก
too. The awareness from this team is spectacular. They're thinking about the fact that they could get sand crunched at the start of the round. Then they call the mid-round over towards A, tap, and look to flash backside to punish the players
เซล
who are
ซิ
going
ส
to be
ว่ะ
trying to get into the pit at that time.
รอซื้อจัด
Love
อะ
what they did, but
Yeah.
Celsius shuts it down from his position on top in
จอ
heaven.
นดูเหมือนโกรธๆนะ
Very competitive game that we have here.
อุ้ย
Texture has yet to really show his dominance on the entry.
Here we
Coming
go.
straight
หน่อยจะ
down
ได้
here.
มัน
No direct hit.
He got
Cara
rocked.
calo.
Straight to the back wall. Yep, it's second.
Ui.
Comes out on top in that one here. Nade will get sent flying. Players seeking to try and plug up that gap as well. You can see them. Gen.G I swarm that position. Mosh pit does relieve that pressure, but okay, Meteor still alive and has dropped him down. Now the showstopper. Burns up and around. Zekken actually claiming the kill, just using a gun this time. Here it is into the sight. It's Meteor. He splits it up.
He's distracting. He's pulling 3 players over towards A. Munchkin, though, instead of rotating, decides to reinforce his player, who's in a deep position. But this crossfire looks impossible to break.
How do you break it? You just can't.
น่าจะรู้ป่ะ
Well, they're worried about a B lurk, so this might break it themselves.
No way.
They don't
ไม่
swing.
โดนเฉยเลย
Swings late Meteor. He's gone for seconds. You greedy boy. But spam down at a triple point, and now there's the call. Finally, a TP by Munchkin. Gives the indicator again, but Sentinels worried. Lead onto this one.
They have. If they double swing at the same time, they're going to be able to catch Meteor. Do they predict it?
ทำดีมาตั้งนานเข้าอีกรอบ
Munchkin though will be met or placed.
น่าจะตื่นเต้นอยู่ช็อตเมื่อกี้
เอาหมดมาสกินเอาหมด
เฮ้ยโอ้โดนดิอย่างเงี้ยอย่างนี้มีเวลาเล่นเลย
Sen was so worried that Munchkin was fake tapping there that they didn't even get into that site in time. So now Munchkin snakebite with the orb completely locks them
คิดว่า
off.
จอนจะเปิดไหมอัน
They
ติ
are worried. Where could Munchkin be right now?
เอาเลยเหรอพี่
เอาไหม มีวอล
Play it as the first point here. Sassy just sticking,
Oi.
holding with faith in his teammate right behind him, and you can feel it all the way through.
โอ้โห
Paranoia settling in for John, but still he
คนจริง
lands the shot in
ช็อ
the
ตนี้
end.
โอ้โหเฮียแม่งหยุดให้ดูด้วย
Great call by Sen and a right smile
กา
on
กา
Munchkin.
ด
Look at that. Fantastic
Oh
positioning by
my.
Zekken, and he hops over the top of it. Playing jump rope up there. Kaplan's happy about that one. Sen starting to pull away. Not doing enough damage to Gen.G's economy just yet. But they've put themselves in a great spot.
ไอ้เฮียนี่ประชดหรือชมเนี่ยไอ้เฮีย เหมือนประชดว่าหน้าด้านน่ะกู้ได้
Potentially here. They've got the read that Meteor just keeps placing Cam in similar positions.
That's why the fast face comes out, it looks like, from Sentinels, just making sure that they take away the Cam, don't let Meteor set himself up into that spot. But John QT, his pit blocks off his one section of the B site.
Mid-round timing. I mean, Zekken here might be looked to be bailed out by the Thrash. Yeah, you can see this setup. But it's possible that if Gen.G have enough players here, this could just be Zekken in a one and done. And everyone is here. All 4 players for Gen.G grouped up.
Dogs contact.
Either going to be amazing or terrible for Sentinels.
Thrash being held in the Trailblazer. Here it is, Sen flying, but it's a little bit late. It's the latest. Zekken entertainment right onto Acheron.
โอ้ช็อตนี้
He's barely crawling away there.
ยิงช่วยสวยอยู่
Next door, but he will survive into this round. And guess where Meteor is?
Oh,
Go walk
คนละ
past
ภาพ
once
เลยนะ
more. It's
He made a noise.
so damn good at trying to play the map into this fashion, but yes, he did make a noise, and now the Seeker's being used. It will point him towards him, has to break it, drops down the cage, direction, Gen.G turning and facing over towards the B side, and again, Sentinels will be running and following them fast on them, hot onto the heels. Meteor dominates the angle, dominates the space with his own neural theft down, Gen.G, stand a chance,
อะไรไปโอ้โหแล้วเนี่ยอะไรวะนะงงว่ะ
and it is going beautifully for them.
The pace from Gen.G is just far too much for Sentinels to deal with. This team reacts so quickly. The calls are amazing.
เวลาอันติไวเปอร์ปิดทางหนึ่งแล้วโดนอีกทางหนึ่งมา
The
เหมือนกับ
decision there,
จบเลยอะ
realizing that the solo
ตัวใน
play
อัน
from
ติทำอะไร
Meteor
ไม่ได้
had taken enough space to get
ฝั่ง
in,
กันมันแอบใช้
and
ยาก
instead of doing something simple like throwing Karam's molly over towards that smoke
โดนจ่อย
and
ทางหนึ่ง
stopping the
ง่อยเลย
flood retake, they get
เหมือน
inside
บังคับให้ไวเปอร์
themselves.
ต้องอยู่ตรงนั้นนะ
And I was seeing this all the time when these two teams
Don't
played on
think that
split.
ด่านสปิด
To me,
ด่านส
one of
ปิด
the
ยังพอ
biggest
ได้อยู่นะ
issues
ขอบ
was
คุณน้องบุญมา
ที่
นะ
เมเทโอแม่งฉลาดสัตว์พอแม่งรู้ไวเปอร์พิทแม่งโดดเช็คพอรู้ยาวสองแม่งเดินบ้านเลยเฮียเซอร์เบอร์เค
because he's thinking, I'm going to stop somebody from getting inside this smoke, and I'm going to get into it first. And he doesn't realize they've already thought of it and got there quicker. And these tiny adjustments in timing can be all the difference. Cool idea as well from Sentinels on that short hold. Just not quite enough. Look at it as well, the extra layer of flashing through the smoke.
ปิด
It's
ขี้
just
เกียจ
so
อยู่อะ
good.
ตายคนแรก
เหงา
Sen felt like they were pulling away with their wins in round 7 and 8.
ตัวมง
It's actually them with a battered economy now.
Shoddy by.
Now Zelsis can still be a real difference maker with the judge in hookah. Do not count that out.
Oh my goodness, you do not want to be standing there.
Yeah, they're expecting somebody to be playing for the orb, but nobody's one away.
no
so
info
just a hard read, perhaps, that they were going to go for that on the eco.
เฮ้ยจัดเลยนะเพื่อนไหวเปล่า
Sassy intent set up to go for that re-clear down B
เฮ้ย
long.
คุ้นๆเปล่าอันนี้
มุมนี้คุ้นๆป่ะ
เฮ้ยไม่ค่อยคุ้นนะพี่
Shadow is in that.
คุ้นอยู่นะ
Yeah, it definitely feels like Gen.G are
เทนเลยนะเนี่ย
เทนดูซีเจมา
Sassy's out wide.
เทน
Jiggling.
ดูซีเจ
All that information. Trailblazer
Oi,
this timing.
lỡ hiện nha.
Absolutely everything gets broken up close
จังหวะนี้แหละ
and
จังหวะ
personal.
นี้แหละเพื่อน
ยังอีกเหรอ
Gen.G have come
ปา
back.
ขึ้นไปปาขึ้นไปสแปมเลยโอ้โหแล้วหายไปแล้ว
Do with it, does he?
ต้องการหมดแล้วครับ
Play.
But
Back
only
and around, they've called it to go back again.
Yeah, Dizzy only shot one person. So Gen.G might be thinking,
Ui,
like,
khá
they
khảnh
think
chắc
we've
Sen.
left, let's re-hit B now.
เย็ดแม่พี่ตูนว่ะย้ำบี
Rooted
แล้ว
in
กดไม่ได้ด้วย
เอหลอกหมาหมาหลอกเอ
noise.
อุ้ย
Dog
เดี๋ยว
taking ground there, Lakia.
Hơi,
faking
hơi,
that there could be
hơi,
more
hơi.
presence over towards it. Sentinels making
Cứ
calls
đi nhìn nó
around
lại,
to
đi
just
nhìn nó
trickle
lại.
up into hookah, but
Bìm
with
đi nhìn
Lakia
lại.
not spotting anything. Now the call has been made
ยังอยู่
again.
B3 อยู่นะ
ไปแล้วโยกแล้วแต่ไม่ทันแล้ว
ว่าทำไมกูเร็วกว่าวะเนี่ย
Cementing this idea that it's going to be that open
Yo,
sight
yo,
for them.
Toby.
They're not worried at all. Are
เอา
they?
เหรอ
สวิตช์หมุนพี่วันนี้
Nade almost a
หมุน
punishment
เลยเลย
on Nade. Carol gets out alive.
เนี่ยพี่ดู
Heal on
เร็ว
line
พวกมึง
two, so he
ประมาณ
will be
เกือบ
topped
10
all
วิ
the way back up.
ดีขึ้นแล้ว
แสดงว่าดีขึ้นแล้ว
ตอนนี้วะนะจ
The
บเกมนี้
judge
ไป
and the
เอา
stick
เนี่ยเอาวินนี้เลยไหมล่ะเดี๋ยวบอกให้ใครชนะ
My position is immaculate.
ยังไม่จบยังไม่จบ
Munchkin playing a deep angle into showers, even just Lakia with a late rotate now doubled up with him. Too much to deal with here for Sentinels. Surely they'd have to just
มุมเด็กเจอ
hit some absolute miracle shots, and they're already setting up
Victor
and gearing up
ชอบยิงที่
for it
สูงอยู่แล้ว
now. Out
Get back
wide
clean.
again, but guess
Ôi,
what?
dạ.
Yeah, Meteor
คิน
was too
ค
fast
ลีน
onto the
คิน
approach.
คลีนนะครับ
Inside the
Let me
smokes,
see
inside
over
every
ด้วย
possible option that could have been there for Sentinels. And second, the only thing is
เห็น
focus
หน้า
on
เป็นแตก
is
ย้า
trying
ย
to
ก็
get
ย้าย
out
ย้าย
with
ย้าย
that gun, but even that is denied. 5 to 5.
ทวิตนะฝรั่ง
And one of the
โอ้โห
reasons
ไม่ได้
is,
โอ
I had no idea Munchkin was capable of this.
มุมแค่เนี้
We've
ยนะ
seen him at global events before,
มุม
but bear in
รู
mind,
กระติ้วเลย
nobody on Gen.G has previously been in a position to do this kind of thing. They are not the creme de la creme of Korean talent, at least not until this year. They've always played second fiddle. Munchkin and Meteor were playing in Japan. They didn't even have the option to, get those opportunities on top Korean teams. Lakio languishing on the bench. Texture off duelist. Karen not even a pro player, for God's sake. And every time Munchkin had turned up, there'd be a language issue and the attack side calling didn't look very good. This team has come together with
อ๋อนี่คือ
HSK
John
spreading the
QT เหรอ
roster, setting the
อ๋อมันคือ
groundwork.
ชื่อย่อใช่ไหมไม่ใช่
Just exceeded
John
every
QT ป่ะพี่
expectation, even the coaches.
จอน่ารัก
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวจอห์นคิวตี้
Respect to Region 1.
Guilty.
They've
คิว
come
ตี้
back.
หรือคิวตี้ไอ้สัตว์
คิวตี้ครับพี่คิว
โอ
ตี้
เคค
อ๋อ
รับ
คิวตี้
Always knocked them
อ่า
out.
นะ
กู
Number
ตก
one
ใจ
seed in the
เลย
Pacific for a reason.
And it's not so much, in my opinion, that they're standing on the shoulders of giants and building on what Pacific have done before. They look to be straight up leapfrogging them.
Oh yeah.
How many times have we seen DRX and PaperX try to break through that glass ceiling? And yet Gen.G, what ceiling? Wait, you guys couldn't win before? Why not? It's actually kind of
โคตร
easy.
เหนื่อยขนาดแมปตัวเอง
It's
อะ
unbelievable. Double outlaw here for Gen.G on the attack side, predicting the fact that Sen are going to be on
ยัง
an
ยิงโด
eco.
น
จะบอกเขาแบบตัวเองก็พูดยาก
Right.
วินเลท100% Gen G
Smoke drop down here for Sentinels just to try and at least hold on to control of
เก็บ
Bar
ทุก
from
เก็บทุก
Showers.
ทาง
Towards that A-long angle, but B-long
แบบภูโหดจัด
have a question entirely here, because again, walking slowly up towards it. Reactions
ไอบองมันก็เข้มด้วยนี่
on point for texture.
50
through
ตอน
the
นี้พี่ว่า
wall. Sassy
เอ็นไปทาง
โดนแล้วนะ
กันนิด
survives.
อุ้ยเหลือ
Very
เจ็ด
lucky for Sassy there. Does Meteor have a read that Zekan's
แล้ว
in his
ตัว
corner?
ฮิวโดนยิง
Zekan trying not to make a footstep while staying
โอ้ย
agile.
ว้าวว้าว
No damage on Zelsis.
เผ็ดเหรอ
Points being made all over the place here for Gen.G. Just, I mean, how difficult it must be for Sentinels. They see the dog go up B long, the shots fired off towards A.
อุ้ย
มีคน
Flash
อุ้ย
sees
โคตร
nothing.
แย่ what the fuck ไม่นะ
That's ridiculous.
Flash sees nothing.
Anti-info and
ทำไมมัน
Sassy's
ไม่ร้อง
leaving.
อ่ะ
How has that happened?
แต่ไม่
That
ถึง
is ridiculous. I have to see a replay of that one
That's a big
later, and
moment,
it's
yeah.
already just being sold even further.
Save my
Nades,
Okay.
snake bite,
เกียร์เลย
full combination.
อุ้ย
อุ้ยตัวสวย
Terrible concoction.
ไม่โดดไม่ถึง
QT
หันเรียนโดดสูงจากก้าว
needs to hold down his little portion of territory. Meteor just seems so damn aware of it. He is. Hunts him down, sniffs him out.
นี่จอนไปละโดนเก็บ
Brutal situation for Sen to be in. This site's so difficult to retake.
ใครเบียด
Surely no chances though with the gun advantage for Gen.G. They are just cross-fired up. Out the wazoo, making sure that they can beam down anybody who tries to step past that mark.
เอา
เรียบร้อยครับ
โอ้ไม่
เรียบร้อยครับ
จังหวะนี้
Zekin will take the death to be able to, the kill, sure, to be able to get his ult online for the next round.
รู้
But it's just all focused on round 12 here.
เดี๋ยว
And they're just playing with Sassy. I
โอ้
thought he was going
ได้
to
ยิง
go
หัว
for
ด้วย
it. I really did.
ใจร้ายจัง
Any danger in the round for Gen.G. Completely upset by that bird.
ดีนะไม่เลี้ยงไข่
Flies over towards B
ไม่
long.
มีจะดีแค่ไหนละ
Just it just goes into garden, but everybody's playing an anti-flash position. I'm not sure on purpose there, really. Just happened to give terrible information. The bird disappeared without a whimper. A canary in the coal mine as Sentinels quickly did the same. 3 ops online for Gen.G here, looking to try to close things out if Sen get aggressive.
Okay. Let's get silly.
3 กระบอก
Rifles, I would assume to be
วิ
able
สุ
to
ดท้าย
hold
ตั้ง
back
เหลื
up
อง
as well.
ตามประจ
Round 12, final round of this first half.
And actually a really important one, I think, for Sen to be able to get online. They've got the ults here. Zels is one away from having an orbital strike too.
All it takes is one misstep though. One opened up body, just trying to gather the information from Sentinels. It might just go down to it. Zekin again, jiggling, Meteor. Eager for the fight, eager for it.
โอ้โห
Indeed,
เรีย
there
ย
it
บร้อย
is. The first punish online. I mean, operators across the field. It's
ไม่
Carol.
เล่นหมาอยู่แล้วอันติยัด
Plucking
ไป
tens.
คิดว่าอันติก็เรียบร้อยเลย
And that reaction trying to set up the showers crunch where Zekin could re-ult back onto Meteor. Didn't realize Meteor had already left. They read the play and punished the reaction.
Hiding inside the smoke, doubled up now. They want to flood back into this one, trying to catch that timing. Here it is. Doubled up high low. Sentinels.
Combo.
This might be the right read for them, but Lakia is brute force.
เอายอมไปอีกหนึ่ง
So damn fancy. Might have brought them a window of opportunity, a
จะเร็วกว่า
chance.
หน่อยนึงไหม
Very narrowly. Nade
Man,
rebounds,
double
but
under.
not enough to stop this one. And Zekin still has the rocket showstopper available. Pit.
โอ้ย
Now going to be dropped down here with the rocket to clear
Again.
through and out over the top. It's lifeless.
Huh?
Barrier nature, but he snipes him anyway.
อุ้ย
Expected a position. Sentinels claiming the 6.
7th hour to tie
ให้
this one up at the half.
5-4-5 แล้วกัน มัน
But if this
ไม่
is
ได้
where
แบบ
Sen thought they had
มัน
the
เป็นแมป
biggest
ที่ค่อนข้าง
advantage over
ค่อนข้าง
Gen.G.
จะบาลานซ์สังเกต
This
แบบ
first half has told them that they are not going
ลอง
quietly.
สังเกตการแข่งขันนะครับ บุกกับรับมันจะไม่ค่อยห่างกันมากแบบเนี้ยต่างบาย
Lovely
อ่ะ
play from Sassy there, utilizing the brim smoke, ducking, dipping inside of it. But this is anybody's game.
Right. A series of
แต่ก็ไม่ใช่ว่าเสมอ
unknowns.
เสมอ
Keeping our eyes peeled now onto this pistol round.
And I know that Sentinels have changed up a lot since the last time they played Bind against
ที
Heretics
เด็ด
with
เลย
this
เนี่ย
composition.
แต่อันเนี้ยคือเจนจี
There was a lot of short
มีแท็บ
exits
ไซเฟอร์
with late showers
เท่ากับ
backstabs.
ว่าจอน
They got more in their
จอน
arsenal.
เซตอัพคอนโทรล
They
ช็อต
prepped
ไปก็
against
คือ
what
ไร้ค่า
Gen.G are going to bring out here. This is a must-win map for them.
ก็ถือว่าไม่โดนกดดันนี่เอามาแก้
Feeling the heat now and the pressure from that one. Bundle of util be going to be used. Trailblazer holding his ground.
ตีปีลอง3
Baits it out the
เข้า
shot.
วาร์ปเหรอ
Does get the info that he was after.
Oh, Ten's taking the ult up there when I think he was
เพื่อน
able
จะ
to
คอน
pick
โทรล
up
แมปไปอยู่นี่
Wingman.
He'll be happy
มา
with
กดดัน
both.
เฉย
Didn't get punished for either. Gen.G are so happy to follow the noise and trust the read with their defensive rotates. This is such a key thing when you watch them. They stack
ๆถ้า
sights.
เข้ามาตอนนี้คือมอบแน่นอนครับ
You've got to run fakes against them.
4 กระบอก
Now, Trailblazer
อยู่ใน
coming
สาย
down
B
short, trip broken. That starts to pull texture
ตอนนี้
away.
แท็บ
But only for a moment.
Tap
He
Aช็อต
realizes
แตกละ
there's nothing following it, and they trust their gut
ที่เหมือน
and stay
เจน
on
จี
B.
จะโยก แต่ก็ยังช่างใจอยู่
So difficult
Yang
to sell a
ฝั่ง
fake
UB
against these guys.
30 seconds left.
But I think Sen have just about managed it.
นะครับ
Speed, control, and
เซน
ability
โยก
to
มาเอ
turn
ครับ
into the fake.
อย่างนี้เข้าทาง
Commit
เซนครับ
down short again, and I said these
มี
4-1
เม
execs
เท
they
โอ
were
อยู่
bread and butter for
เอ
Sen.
คนเดียว
Meteor, is he going to be spotted? He's playing deep tucked inside that smoke.
อย่าง
And he
นี้
could
ได้วาง
again just be the difference
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยว
maker.
ใช้วิ่งแมนวางเลย
Guarding, body of wingman, orbs picked and placed back up.
โหเทน
Land down
ใช้
here
น้อง
for
คุ้มเลย
Sentinels. It's all
ราว
about how
นี้
he's played into the post, but Meteor, he was spotted out. Wide into the smoke, nade flushing him into the back of the side. He is down and low, but hopefully a heal online, potentially there still. Need to hold down onto this ground here for Sentinels, in through lamps, and Gen.G, they are methodical in the nature, the way that they approach a lot of these retake situations. It all comes down to the minutiae, tiny little details, flooding now, onto the side, shots found, kills finally online! The Gen.G team in the defuse count, half already. Has he bought them time enough potentially for Gen.G here with 2 players left? Lakia! The orb, at least there! Another kill! Found!
โอ้โหเหลือเชื่อจัด
You're kidding me!
โอ้
From the first Masters event!
3-0 เลยอย่างนี้
Here in the most recent Lakia! So clutch! These shots are unbelievable towards the end!
เดี๋ยวไปตัว
Defending from every different avenue.
กรีนอย่ามาพี่
Pop it off.
ไม่จริงตัว3ไม่จริง
ก็มาดิเฮ้ยมันพูดก็มาดิ
ก็มาดิ
His biggest mistake in his career was joining DRX, then known as Vision Strikers, after having that success in his first Masters event.
That is gold.
Yeah, imagine that.
Gold.
And now he's overtaken that team that he ended up joining and having more success here in the grand finals.
อุ้ยแถบหาย
Great charge out wide. Look at the volley, the damage all combined and collected. Growled into it. Gen.G
หลุด
obviously
แล้วจังหวะนี้หลุดเอารู้นะ
ได้แล้วป๊อปพี่ยึดมันละกัน
นี่เป็นการย้ายสไปค์
เอาเป็นแบบหน้าละกัน
จากดูบีแล้ว
แล้วลูกโผล่จะได้โดน
ราคารอนปืน
ทำไมรู้สึกเจ็บเลยวะช็อตนี้รู้สึกเจ็บแทนเลยวะ
ชัดเจน
จับเข้าที่หน้า
รู้เลย
I knew his backside. Call being made from his teammate. Second.
สโมกไหนดีนะ
Earns himself a plant at least here. Really. Shouldn't be any opportunities for him to put it out. Bundle of mishaps and mistakes here from Gen.G to really topple this one.
ยากได้แค่ตัดปืน
คนเดียวเลยคลาสสิกชั้น1-4แล้วคลาสสิกเซนติเนลชนะก็ผมซื้อเลยอะ
These are just the consequences of Gen.G winning a beautiful pistol round here. They get themselves up to 8. And Lucky is going to take the defuse. He's now only 2 away from getting Seekers online. They know that Karen saved the judge into this as well, so might anticipate him being positioned over to Hookah for the next. Normally that's going to be Munchkin's job, defending onto Hookah. And when I was watching Gen.G playing Pacific on defense, they loved to push. Not in a coordinated early round manner, but just looking for those mid-round timings, trying to abuse the fact that on bind, teams don't tend to be spread across the map, watching everything all the time. Of course, Sen's comp doesn't have the Cypher to be able to rely on. Those trips are not going to be there in market, so if anybody finds the mid-round push timings, they're good for it. And it is Munchkin looking to cover Hookah, while Karen picks up short. Sentinels. Clearly aware that Munchkin likes to play that aggressively. I think this side is where we've seen weaknesses from Munchkin before, but he also loves to take fights so much that if he's on fire as he has been today, and he was in their last match, he could easily be the win condition for their team, in fact.
Gen.G looking like they're calling for a reclear in through Hookah, so they're going to get information pretty rapidly at least.
But Bren, if the judge wasn't in Hookah, where else is it going to be other than short?
โอ้โหเห็นภาพในอนาคตเลยเฮ้ย
Too much util, the dog doesn't clear him, but he does break it
อุ้ย
anyway.
โอ้โห
Lands a shot. Adjustment in the end, but Tense does return that fire. Now Flash blinded. Only for a moment. Sen's line and aid. Now there's 45 seconds here for Sen. Collect yourself, cool down your senses, enough for potential pivot. To a different area, but they've committed the smokes. They want to know what his last texture. What is that?
มุมเหรอ
Pulling away. Trip's still not dealt with. Lighting these players up. Yeah, John QT is right there again. TP through. That was only Zelsis. What is the call to be made? Bonus from Gen.G finally full committal. They're going to be walking again.
โดนดิอย่างนี้มุมนี้
Never losing his ground here, always holding on to this space, and now Meteor
คอร์สหวาน
set up. This could be nasty. This could be brutal.
โอ้โหจบ
Just have such an accurate read.
โบนัสราว
Every scenario, it's all accounted for.
กระจุยฮะ
Defensive rotations again, Brent. Gen.G are so far ahead of it. Sen think that they've got the timing to be able to go through the teleport like that. Gen.G have already got Meteor not just over towards B, but already set up a crossfire with Munchkin. Beautiful little bait play there. Munchkin letting himself be seen first and dragging them into Meteor's crossfire. When you watch Gen.G on defense, you would call it over-rotating if it wasn't winning so often. They have such a trust in the read. This nade to push Texture away from his position.
Nasty one landing back on top of the box satchel. Second setup now with this Bucky forward position. Oh, Meteor. Oh, what a snap to the side. What a time to come alive here for Sentinels. Much needed, much anticipated now. Texture. That timing here. Entertainment onto Lakia. Is back to all of them, chasing them down, hunting them down. Sassy. What's even more? Offloading the seconds. Why not a winnable spot, a winnable position? Caron. All alerted to the presence, but he picks up the rifle almost with the pre-fire. Still 2 versus 4. Spike has to get planted here, so Sentinels will at least earn that.
โอ้โหใจสั่นเลยอะได้ยินเสียงปืน
It's a really unusual post-plant position.
Gaps to be played within. Sentinels cannot let this one slip, not after losing previous gun round, not after losing most of the scenarios where they had that advantage. Thrash off that tap. Satchel over the top here, and a seek to punish. There it is. Texture, last one left. Last one alive through the box.
Rootable.
Hiding away from position, and Sentinels trying to play this one just with a little bit of intelligence. And John gets that information. And a shot to the head. Thrifty here. MasterCard well earned.
What a timing for it too. Definitely felt like Gen.G was running away with this game. And this is a must-win map for Sen. This is where they felt the most favored. This was their pick of all of the maps they could have gone to. And as the desk was mentioning earlier, they're kind of playing for the 3-1, hoping they don't even need to get to Icebox. Incredible shots being hit there, and Sassy on fire here on buy. We expect to see those a little more I think Gen.G players.
37 36
But here it is.
35 34 33 32
ดูที่เดียวกันมันเนี่ย
Put himself onto a really nice forward angle. Spotting out this operator is going to be key and essential here for Sentinels, but they don't have anything concrete to clear it out. Look, even a Dizzy just clears it. Jump spot from second was really out wide, but giving up that space. But Gen.G putting such a heavy premium on control of just both B long and showers. Even got the cam set up. Munchkin willing to hold it down.
Yeah, and they've actually not really heard much on either side. Caron goes for the gamble over towards B. Munchkin didn't quite find timing to take a duel, but he's now tucked in a position going to get cleared by that flash.
Yeah, certainly. Second, eager to take the fight there with the boombot just right behind him. He knows the rough position here of Munchkin.
Caron's back immediately over towards A, so there's still 3 players defending this.
But only 30 seconds left. Sent flying over the top now as well. Trying to take the space. It's only 10s and he's left alone to his own devices. So for the rest of his team here with only 25 seconds. That's a spike drop down on top of it. It needs to be heroics and it needs to be masterful play at that. Munchkin almost going down to the stray satchel, but it matters not. Overwhelming aggression from Gen.G. Full lockdown in approach and play. Seconds dwindling down to nothing. It's Gen.G up to 10.
The stack, the crossfire, way too much for Sen to deal with. And not just that, Gen.G fighting close. Not trying to hold into backside and rely on the fact that, you know, they'll give Sen the play and try to push through smokes. They fought almost even before Meteor was taking contact from the short trips. Look, they pick off 10s here. They're looking to try to fight them in short. They mollied off showers as well, so Zekken couldn't help. They picked that apart and fought aggressively. There's a really interesting quote from HSK actually during another interview where he said that Gen.G tries to make the plays that other teams would hesitate to make. That's a very conscious thing that they've come into this year trying to do. We are going to try to be the team that picks that timing and fights you.
Been working so damn well for them here, Gen.G.
Look at the rotates, Brent. Look at the rotates. There is less than 10 seconds into the round, and they're planning to 5-stack B.
Second showstopper. Loose here with vulnerable, but up close to clear line. Blinded. What? Snaps it. Sentinels. They found an advantage, but it's about converting it now into a round win.
And they've got an inkling that there's a ton of players here stacking the site, but they're not fast enough to pull the trigger and go for the rotate through the teleport, which would have been a play to open up the A site for a free plant. They found themselves that player advantage, and now Gen.G with the players stacked looking to re-explore.
Oh man, look at this call to contact re-clear. Are they going to be ready with the rifle play? It needs to be aligned. It is.
แล้วจังหวะนี้
ครับ
พอดีเป๊ะเลยครับ พอส1 ที
แล้วพอสนะพี่พอส
Josh, I mean, you end up losing that one. Gen.G up to 11. The economy just been dwindling. Sentinels getting rocked left, right, and center.
But what is this?
จังหวะนี้ลาเกียโดนแพทพอดี
It just blinds Lakia, right? Yeah. Well, he was one
HP
after he went through the Viper wall as well. Yeah, so just, but still caught down extraordinarily low. The crowd here behind Sentinels, willing them forwards.
They're not easy rounds that Sentinels are winning.
They're not at all. Again, Gen.G had 5 players B.
That's fast though. Second. It's in front of the snake bite as well. A little bit of damage, almost a kill onto Lackey. It's good damage. It's going to be permanent. There's no heal online unless he can't heal himself. Now the Trailblazer for the re-clear. Munchkin, you can't be calling for that one again. It just goes down.
ได้พีมากเสีย
And
นะ
these are the times when Munchkin ends up getting punished, and it's looked rough for Gen.G.
ได้จริงเลยเมื่อ
We
กี้
haven't seen very much of it.
ได้เลย
Munchkin playing a superb game,
ได้
but
พี
that's the kind of stuff that was happening in Pacific, and Sen have taken full advantage. There's 3 players very close to key ultimates as well, though the orb is not here. Sen put another pause in the round, maybe hoping that Gen.G would do another exploration. They've got to be cautious about Texture's ultimate, and Garon's for that matter. The more
คิด
they
ว่า
let
โยก
the
ไปบี
time
ว่ะ
clear,
เขาโยกไปเอว่ะ
the more that those ults
เพื่อนรออยู่เอช็อต
just win it for Gen.G.
Josh just waiting for the fuel here, just to prop both of it up, make sure he can clear some of this.
กระโดดข้ามไปที
trip. Spotted and broken. Not be pulling any of the Gen.G
เอา
players.
แล้ว
Is being shifted
กดดันแล้วตอนเนี้ย เทคเจอร์กดดันแล้วรู้ว่ามีแน่ๆ1
This one he has the rocket available to him. Another trip. This time.
ไม่รู้ว่าใช่ตัวเดิมหรือเปล่า
Noise pressure
Ui.
on either side. The TP rotation is now
Yeah.
core with 20
Guess what?
20 วิครับ
จบวินนี้
อยู่ที่เทคเจอร์ละอยู่ที่เทคเจอร์
Yeah, it's not really going to be handled here at all, and that's
เอา
going to
แล้ว
be
ส่ง
sending
น้อง
out
มาวางครับ
It's going to be broken.
เอาแล้ววิงแมนไม่โดนอันตีไง
But it does catch on the second.
โอ้โหจุดเปลี่ยนเลยจุดเปลี่ยน
เอาแล้วเซ
Must
คัน
win for
โดนอะไรวะ
Sentinels. Must win indeed. The flank. Fast wrap around, flanks on, flanks Lakia, punished for it. At least recognizing Sen the weaknesses of their own compositions, but it's immediately answered and evened back out.
โอ้โหน้องวิงแมนฮีโร่เลย
Advantage
ถ้าได้เนี่ย
now for Gen.G here with the ult. That's the first
อุ้
time
ยแล้ว
he's
รู้
waiting for a second point. Karen's
แล้ว
fast
คา
onto
รอน
him.
รู้
Karen's fast onto him. Already approaching and expecting that position, and he just has to let it rip anyway before anybody even taps. Gen.G so fast. With precision, Sentinels shut it down.
มาว่ะ
เห็นมาแล้วว่ะ
The tension in those kind of
มัน
rounds
คง
when
คิด
it
ไม่
gets
ถึง
down
ว่า
to
แบบ
a post plant is
บอมจะไปวางตรง
palpable.
ดีฟอลต์ป่ะเขาเป็นวิงแมนออกมาวาง
Sentinels were so close to major
วิง
ults
แมน
getting
ฮีโร่
online.
เลยวินนี้
And I think if Zelsis hadn't found the kill to be able to get his up,
หูเทนแบบ
there was all the chance in the world that that round was going towards Gen.G. Tens with 2 gorgeous kills towards the end. Off the back of the
พอด
dizzy.
เหรอ
And
เมื่อกี้หมุน
Gen.G
ปะ
forced to
หรือไม่หมุน
เอา
take
ล่ะ
this map. Frankly, it might be the first
หู
in the match that we've
ได้
seen
ถ้าขอ
If it doesn't feel like an exec down short, they still keep players
ขอ
on
ถ่ายกลับ
B.
บ้านไปด้วย
And this time, John.QD took the space and called for the rotate over. So that's kind of the opposite, I think, of what Gen.G were expecting. And it's possible that Solo and HSK are just addressing that and coming up with a slight variation in how they play the defense. We'll have to keep an eye.
Lakia now eager for this orb, looking to run away from the ultimate, but again, might just earn it himself. He does with him dropping sent to the spectator seat. He's gonna have to sit on the sidelines and really fester and wonder about what went wrong there. Now it is explosive second through and out to the elbow position, spraying down texture. This is explosive into the back of the side. They try and stand their ground, but they can't hold their candle. Not against
เอาแล้วครับผม
ว้าว
ตึงแล้วไง
ดูดี
Sen tie the game up. And those ults that were close to being able to be put online a couple of rounds ago, where Zeltis orbital strike made all the difference. Now look at them. Huge tools available to Sen.
เซนติเนลได้วินนี้แล้วก็โยนความกดดันไปให้ Gen.G แล้วครับ กดดันบ้า Gen.G
Gen.G had under some level of control will start spiraling away from them.
แต่วันนี้นัดสำคัญนะครับกลายเป็นซาซี่ที่แบบ
The stack
ทำผลงานออกมาได้ดีเนี่ย
to start and Karen in a very committed position.
Super committed, but he backs backs away now with the knife out. Close tucked here. Sentinels.
เตรียมฟูลเซตที่บีครับปะดุก
รู้สึกแน่นตีบ่อยจังเลยอ่ะ
Josh here sending it flying. Zekken is eager for the engagement.
คุณเอาตัวไม่ได้
อุ้ยเซคันบ้าจัด
First one to fall fills up that
อุ้ยมันออนไซด์จัด
nicely here. But Gen.G
เซคันบ้าจัดจังหวะนี้
Something has to really dislodge this one.
มาแล้ว
โอ้โหแล้วอันตีแบบนี้ ไวเปอร์
planting elbow control for them. On top of that, it's hookah.
They didn't plant though.
แล้วเทน
Still
ยัง
getting it
ตี
down
อยู่
now, and Gen.G are
อีก
taking
รอบนึง
elbow control in the meantime.
It might work against them because it has cut off these angles, and the core made to contact works out beautifully. Thrash through with the flash as well. On top of it, it comes down to how can they win this?
Oh.
Second, angle the beast that is his rifle.
โอ้โห
Sentinels. Feels like almost the first time here in this series.
เอาแล้วครับกดดันแล้วดิเจนจีตอนนี้
0%ด่านนี้หรือเปล่า
And relying so heavily on getting those ults up. Look at this play, Munchkin stuck while the rest of his team ended up playing for retake. He was just hoping to go 1-for-1 in this spot. But Zekken's entry has so much to help him. Seeker's coming from B long, a thrash, made into backside, smokes to cut off all the angles. Sen just decided.
เดี๋ยวนะดูก่อนเดี๋ยวดูลูกแก้วไอ้ดูอันตีของเจนจี
And that's a great time to do it too. Oh, punish on Alakia. Huge, great read that he was going to be going for the ult at the start of the round.
โอ้โห
That's play just going their way.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need to keep these anti-ecos clean for Sen. If you want them to start building up. Because Gen.G are super dangerous in these kind of moments. You cannot count them out. They're so apt to take risks in these rounds that have paid off well in the series so far.
Clearly, smart call as well. You don't want to walk into those shotguns, but the trips close will cause some issues here.
Celsius has just used all 3 of his smokes, one, I believe, to drop off hookah, so they've got to commit while these smokes are up.
Fine, with a trip at any values just over.
มีอันตี
Above
แล้ว
the
เหรอ
top of it here. Second satchel now to see the ball position. Will meet you down. Really no more danger. Sentinels. They are steady as anything here.
โดดไม่หยุดเซคันจังหวะนี้
Getting that 12th round here. A critical
ตลอด
in the juncture that is this series.
กดดัน
Texture and Munchkin really with no chances in the round. Though Sassy looks to take the fight instead of relying on the double up.
Zelsis.
no skin เด้อ
Pair of hands there. Rifle in them. Make sure there's no funny business.
And Munchkin,
ชิวจัด
you can see the motor
น่าจะพูด
mouth
ถึง
popping off there.
ราวหน้า
Just
แล้ว
gonna save and take
ไม่
this
จะเล่นแผน
time
ไหนวะ
to address with his team
มันคิดเป็น
what
อิ
the
นเกม
game
ไหม
plan is once rifles
ใช่
get online in round 23. Because this is crunch time.
มันเป็นอินเกม
Gen.G
ที่
need
เถื่อน
2 in a row
ยิงอ
to
ย่างเถื่อน
just drag this to overtime. And they do not seem happy with the idea that Sen are going to be able to win on their map pick. There is still a chance for Gen.G to get back into this one, but these recent rounds have all gone the way of Sen.
ช็อ
A
ตนี้
reminder though that
หรื
they
อว่าช็อต
did it
คนมันจะแช
by
มป์วะ
using ultimates. Even here, Zekken pops the showstopper to be able to get into B. So Gen.G, do they actually need an adjustment?
Wow.
Not just the save for Munchkin to talk.
เอาแล้วเอาแล้ว
That sheer ult economy that's just been churning, generating constantly for Sentinels, but it has run out. And Gen.G have to put a stop to it here if they want to stop Sentinels on their map pick.
มาต่อไปแอสเซน
We're
ครับ
talking about it running out, but Sassy could certainly play for the Showers Orb here. It looks like Sen are set up for a fast Showers take. And unless Meteor's able
มัน
to
หยุด
pull off
ใช่
some
เวลา
magic,
เวลา
because he's going to be
สมมติได้แบบแรกมาโดนสอง
outnumbered.
อ่ะ
Let's see it.
Seekers are going to be
แม่ง
online
จะแบบว่า
surely.
หลุด
What
อ่ะ
have you got up your sleeve,
เดี๋ยว
Meteor?
ดูว่า
Team
Gen.G
needs
เป็
some
นไง
magic. We need it now. He's backing away. It's just that aggressive
คือตอน
count.
นี้เซคันแบบมั่นใจจัดอะ
He's been putting that there a lot though.
Yeah.
They've already seen that in a couple of
ส่ง
post-plant
ซาสีมา
situations.
เก็บเม็ด
Sen are going to know. It could trigger some kind of Showers crunch though. So they've got to be a bit cautious. Look, Tens, Zekken, ready to punish the players that might come through the teleport. Using Sassy
โค
as
ตร
bait.
โคตรระวัง
And now they walk forward, get Seekers online.
อ้าวแล้วปล่อยให้เอา
เนี่ย
Texture. Close up onto the angle. Dog broken. Boombot as the first layer of contact.
Munchkin
here.
pushing out through
At his
sand,
feet
Brent.
is Munchkin,
Ui.
and he's been doing this at least.
จ้าเอ๋
Qualifiers. It could be a punishable
Ui.
element. They have to be aware of it.
โอ้โห
Gaps
โดน
in
หนึ่ง
the
เนี่ย
play
ชิป
for
กลับมา
Sentinels.
เงี้ย
It looks like Celsius is seemingly clearing most of this,
ได้ยินแล้วครับได้ยินแล้วมาคิดได้ยินเพื่อนโยกเลยโอ้โหโดนดีเงี้ยได้ยินนี่ไงมากินคอโยกมา3แล้วเห็นไหมทิ้งเอไว้คนเดียวโอ้โหเพราะเดี๋ยวซาซี่ก็ใช้เหมือนกันเอ้าเรียบร้อยเลยครับอย่างนี้โอ้ยเมเจโอ
What a call by Munchkin, man. We saw him go for those sun pushes all throughout Pacific, often getting punished for them, but played this one to perfection. Sentinels have got to be scratching their heads after that, thinking, how on earth, when we were fairly quiet the whole way over towards B, and it made noise from showers, how did they get the read? How did they know? Incredible play from Munchkin.
ต้องบอกมาสกินแต่ใจดีนะครับแม่งดันมาวินที่เซนติเนลไม่ได้คอนโทรลแมปอะเซนติเนลแม่งคอนโทรลแมปเกือบทุกวินเลยนะครับวินเมื่อกี้ไม่ได้คอนโทรลมาสกินดันมาโอ้โหเกมเปลี่ยนเลย
Don't see it. Looks like they're going to try and set up Munchkin for that deep pit in through the main choke, and he is going to layer it down. Needs to be defended in time, but here's that showers fight. Molly drop down. Gen.G walking, but losing the fight. Initially, it's up to Lakia. Hold it down.
เอาเทน
เอาไม่ได้สื่อสารเหรอ
เฉยเลย
ไม่คิดว่าลาเกียจะอยู่
แต่มันเห็นแล้วแกมันโดนยิงอยู่ลาเกียหรือว่ามันบ้านบัง
ใช่หรอ
อ๋อมันสแปมตอนบ้านบังแน่เลย
Pushed outside of it.
ไม่รู้มี2ชิ้นนะที่ตรงนั้นน่ะ
Up towards short. Outrageous decision.
โอ้โหแล้ว
From Munchkin and the Gen.G coaches coming out of Sen's timeout. And now funneling the final 2 survivors straight into these trip setups.
สบายบื้อสะดือโบเลยอะ
This just looks
แถบหน้าโดนมากเลยอันเนี้ยที่มันไขว้เฉียง
dire straights
อยากเห็นหน้าเอช็อตมากเลยว่าโดนอะไร2 คน
denying
OT ว่ะ
Meteor himself as well. He's just tucked safe position out wide. There won't be any punishment.
กล้องกำลังดูแบบเนียน
ๆ
กล้องเห็นหมดแล้วเห็นการกระทำ
เลยอ่ะ
ก็มาเห็นหมดแล้วจ้าเอส
เห็นทุกการกระทำเรียบร้อย
โอ้โหคลีนจัด
ขอบคุณน้องยามาม่าครับที่ส่งเลยนะครับผม
เดินแบบเขินเลย
There's a perfect example. I mean, look, let's look at this for starters. Second and Zelsis trying to hold the push and just got minced. Tense as well, not realizing that Laka was in the corner, despite the fact that he caught a little bit of chip damage. But for me, that final moment where Munchkin just comes, all right, there's 30 seconds left. We haven't seen them towards A at all. They've got to be taking B, and they just went through the teleporter. They're not worried about the fact that it could have been a late A hit at all. They just trust the read. Something that a lot of the coaches have been talking about. I mean, defending champs, Potter and EG talk about that all the time. Trust in your gut, and I feel like no team embodies it more at the moment than Gen.G.
Yeah, full committal into the calls that are being made here, but the sides are swapped around now. Opening a round of OT. Meteor. They're going to go with this one here. Attacking, but already through the choke point. Still, they deal with him. Pesky intruder out towards, and Showers control is going to be essential. What is the call now for Gen.G?
สตรีมบีคอนน่ะดิเลยยิงไวไม่ยิวให้เลย
A plan for backside here and taking control of the defense spawn seems like a good idea.
มันคิดว่าจะทำอะไรอ่ะ
Gen.G don't want to commit to it just yet. Karen's got one smoke to play with. You can smoke off heaven. You can have somebody watch over towards pipes, but they're not making a decision here. They're slowing down and they're kind of trapped.
Waiting for Munchkin.
อยากจะตัดสักตัวก่อน
Yes, but what is Munchkin really going to do? Tens is on
คิดว่าจะไปดูบีเล่นๆเผื่อแบบมาหมด
It's just all hinging on this, isn't it? It's an off angle up there.
I just don't see how Munchkin plays this. Yeah, and ADS spoils it for Munchkin here. Tens It's weird though because they don't know where Gen.G are. They could be all the way up heaven. All
ไหล
sorts
อ
of
อกมาไม่มีคนรู้
Cause the push out here by Sentinels, meeting them
โอ้โห
right into texture, but he wasn't waiting for it as a trade attempt by Carroll. He will fall too.
เริ่มจับทางได้
โอ้
หร
โห
อ
Everybody topples. Sentinels flawless here.
ตอนนี้นำไปก่อนสโลจีแรก
Another chance to seal up this map.
Rare moment of hesitation, I think, from Gen.G there. Munchkin clearly wanted to
กด
take
ดัน
matters
จัด
into his own hands and was hoping that Gen.G would find Sentinels making a mistake, going and re-exploring A for information. But Sen was so happy on B. Just one watching spawn, one watching B long.
เฮ้ยอย่าตะโกนนะ
Very good patience and diligence from Sen to get themselves up to yet another map point. They've got to start closing these though.
It's integral. You look at the overall map pool in this best of 5 grand finals. It's an uphill battle almost all the way through. Bind is a necessary component that they need to take away.
Brent, Munchkin's in a really committed position here at Hookah. I don't see how he dodges
เล่นกัน
Boombot
อย่าง
Dizzy.
คู่จริงเมื่อกี้
Here it is.
Oh.
Why did he just haste the fight to him? No
ผัดกัน
way.
เหรอ
คมจัดคมจัด
Are you
ช็อต
doing
นี้
something like that, Munchkin?
แล้วบอมตกไง
Two players arguably on Sentinels. Put down
เฮีย
like
ไปกันต่อครับ ไปกันต่อไปกัน
Finds that
ต่อ
time in before the utilities used perfectly. This is going to get scrappy though because they want to fight over the spike. They're not content with just playing the numbers advantage.
He's willing to join them, but he has cut off that angle here with the Trailblazer not broken
Weird.
down. Is he actually going to be stunned up?
Oh.
Blood's raining
Yo,
through
yo.
TP. Core texture is right there. Fast
yo.
in there. Here's the reinforcements. Here's the whole bloody team.
เอารู้ดิอยู่นี้หมด
หมดแล้วไง
ไปไปแล้ว
รู้เลยว่าอยู่หมด
Evacuation.
That's an amazing read by Sentinels. They know that all 3 players are there, and this is a race that Sen have won. Rare for them to be able to beat the defensive rotates, but a rare mistake as well from Gen.G. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
a lockdown.
Sassy
Oh.
gets the noise cues, but he just pre-fired.
Miss
He
Sassy.
misses incorrectly. The gamble
ไปลั่น
not
ก่อน
big enough still.
Oi,
Not
oi.
willing to give up that space, but finally here, Mazals is
เดี๋ยว
out in the oh, but still the kill found 2v2, running and gunning to just
เนียนตีอะเนี่ย
retreat and cover that section. Now the defuse meteor sticking all the way. Spray
Oi.
time earned.
โอ้
But Sentinels, even in overtime 2-1, and I said it